Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Guagua versus Foggy. This game taking place here on Last Refuge. For all of you guys wanting to know, this is from Leeks Cup number 7. Thank you for following, watching, however you got here, however you're joining me today. I thank you very much as we are looking into this game here. Over here on the bottom left hand side of the map, we have Guagua spawning as the blue orc. Meanwhile, Foggy has spawned as the red night elf over here on the top right hand side of the map. Night elf versus orc in this 1v1, and well, how will we have it? It seems as of late things are transitioning, or things have gone back to a lot more druids of the Talon. I remember it was almost a year ago now, DreamHack Anaheim, where I was like, why don't people play Talons anymore? It's still decently effective against orc. It's just not nowhere near as overpowered as it once was. I think Hitman was like, oh yeah, I don't know how to deal with talons, and he was saying that yeah, talons are really what give him trouble. But I don't know if that's still the case anymore. Anyways, as we go forward here, we are looking at a keeper of the grove getting trained up here. Meanwhile, over here we are looking at a blade master, and then we'll see whether or not we're going to be going into a demon hunter third, or excuse me, demon hunter second. Keeper of the Grove recently has become a primary hero into an harassment hero, allowing that demon hunter to try and get to level 3 for level 2 mana burn. Ancient of War already absorbing quite a bit of damage. We should be looking at that Keeper of the Grove joining in on the fight here in just a moment, and this game is already well underway. Tech to tier 2 should be done here in a second as well, waiting for that little bit of extra gold sitting on that 21 supply. I believe it takes 180 gold to tech to tier, tech to that next level tier. That peon walking quite a bit a ways. Tech to tier 2 should be getting going. Nope, not quite yet. Blade Master has however picked up a circlet of nobility, sold that scroll of town portal, and in that time also tech to tier 2. Keeper of the Grove now coming across to try and do a bit of harassment. Blade Master away from all of the action already. Gonna go after this Forest Troll High Priest, most likely looking for slippers of agility or gloves of, well, no, excuse me, I forgot my item drop table for a second. I'm picking up a sentry ward here as the Keeper of the Grove already putting in some early pressure onto an orc burrow. Interesting using this particular strategy and tactic to try and put pressure onto the orc burrow, as we're looking at the Keeper of the Grove now backing away. All right, a war mill is also being added during this time. This is, well, quite unorthodox to actually show your opponent your tech like this. That war mill, however, nowhere near as much of an indicator as in games past. Well, headhunters were not really used prior, so maybe it's not much of an indicator. War mill necessary to try and upgrade all of these orc burrows to get that reinforced defenses. Back off to the north here. One final shot from the archer. Oh, archer going to be able to get away, trying to run back, taking a little bit of a beating from that ogre lord. Chaos damage in the back of that archer. Archer down to 81 hit points, but able to escape. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove coming back across here, continuing to put pressure on this war mill time and time again. But this is a lot of lumber being lost. 4 peons in the burrow. There's that war mill lost once more. Meanwhile, Blade Master is off to the north, trying to do some creeping on his own. Foggy with, well, some very aggressive style openings, staying at level 1 now. And this is not the play that I was expecting. I was expecting the Keeper of the Grove to try and get to level 2 and then harass not only with those Trents but also with Entangle. Entangle very good at focusing down on peons, or perhaps focusing down a grunt somewhere on the map. We don't see that here, as the Blade Master now has a surprise for the Keeper of the Grove. And that is a Windwalk Strike, followed by another attack, followed by... Oh, all right, at this point in stage in the game, is he going to be able to get inside? Yes, he will. Blade Master wanting to break through, not going to be able to do exactly that. Keeper of the Grove just holding the door here and just saying, let that Blade Master, well, stay on that outside. All right, he did burn that Scroll of Town portal to get inside here, and was it worth it? Well, the question really then becomes, well, how close he was to tech to tier 2. What he wants to make sure is that he's able to start training up that Demon Hunter pretty much as ready as soon as the Tree of Ages is ready. And the Blade Master, well, misses his opportunity to get inside. There is that Demon Hunter now being trained up. He didn't want to choke that to that Blade Master right there, as the Keeper of the Grove now has a Staff of Preservation. All right, 21 over 40 supply. Foggy now setting up double Ancients of Wind. This is the Druids of the Talon that I was talking about. An oldie but goodie strategy, as the Keeper of the Grove now going to make its way back down once more. Tauren Totem will be added in. There's a couple more Trents as well. And, well, every time the Keeper of the Grove summons in more Trents, it also has the side effect of slowing down the lumber harvesting. Because of the distance these peons have to travel in order to actually get lumber. This is going to continue to cause problems. He's down to 175 lumber, and this is with a lot of peons on the lumber right here, and with that war mill being extremely close. All right, Voodoo Lounge getting added in. Demon Hunter now joining in on the battlefield. We looking at a bestiary getting trained up as well as the Tauren Chieftain as the follow-up hero instead of the Shadow Hunter. All right, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Always a great day. Now, Keeper of the Grove trying to retreat back from that Blade Master. Blade Master running back off to the north. There is that Mana Burn. There is a Dust of Appearance. Are we perhaps going to see an Entangled? No, we are not. Dust of Appearance. Demon Hunter says, surprise, I got some more mana to burn for you, as the Tauren Chieftain takes, well, Tauren Chieftain now looking to get to level 2. We are almost 7 minutes into this game, and both heroes are still sitting at level 1 after all of this time. All right, trying to change up their playbook quite a bit, as we're looking at Druids of the Talon now ready to join in here. Perhaps a little bit of Yeps or a Fairy Fire to cause increased damage. Everything dealing 17% more damage with that Fairy Fire there. Add in the fact that the Druids of the Talon are already dealing bonus damage because of that heavy armor, and that does add up quickly. Druids of the Talon, though, have to be careful. They want to make sure that they have plenty of mana for when the time comes. We're going to be looking at this Ogre Warrior. Perhaps, come on, just get one more shot. Gonna get taken out. Well, okay, 2 more shots needed to get taken out, as we're looking at the Keeper of the Grove at 2 and the Demon Hunter sitting at 1. Tauren Chieftain is at 2. Blade Master sitting at 2. A Trent walks on a by. Could try and disrupt the healing on that Grunt. Not going to be able to do that, though, as the Grunt is already backing away. We are looking at Spirit Walkers here. Spirit Walkers with that disenchant. Very important to try and remove some of that mana. Upside and downside on those Spirit Walkers. The Spirit Walkers actually have more mana compared to any of the other casters. I think it starts at that 300, goes to 450. Thank you, Cadence, for the subscription. Every little bit does definitely help. I'm trying to stay around at least 25 subs a month. So I guess it's a good segue. If you guys have an Amazon Prime subscription and would like to support me, definitely stop on by. If you're watching on YouTube, give a follow and a sub. It does definitely help me pay the bills, especially since I have to get very fast internet in order to upload everything that I upload. I think I'm currently uploading like 10 gigs and 10 to 15 gigs a day. Just from WarCraft 3, and if I didn't have the highest tier, well, I couldn't even work from home. So necessary business expense to be able to keep everything going. All right, Trent's ready to make a move on over. Tauren Chieftain actually going for Shockwave over Stomp because of the expectation that Foggy is going for Druids of the Talon. Druids of the Talon that going to be able to rack up that damage pretty quick. And now the question is going to be, well, a mad run to the Goblin Merchant Shop for those Scrolls of Healing. Scroll of Healing and Mana Burn, the natural counter to shockwaves along that back line, as that damage does add up very, very fast. What you want to make sure to do is you want to make sure to shockwave or cyclone your opponent's Tauren Chieftain before he is able to get that first shockwave off. Otherwise, the cooldown the cooldown on the shockwave is just right there immediate, as we see a level 2 shockwave, well, do a little damage to the Druids of the Talon, but not very much. Keeper of the Grove, Orb of Venom, Goblin Tinker as a third hero to create a little bit of a zoning effect. Gonna go ahead and throw down a cop. Oh, well, what is going on here? Staff of Teleportation, dual Staff of Teleportation as the Blade Master and the Keeper of the Grove now showing up to the battle. All right, damage onto that Pocket Factory already, trying to add things up. Perhaps could have added a little bit of damage onto the Blade Master to at least get that Orb of Venom damage over time, but the Watchtowers are that priority, as well, that may have been the better call. All right, 2 Watchtowers already down. Meanwhile, back over here, Demon Hunter, Blade Master battling it up, a Shockwave ripping on through. We should be looking at more mana burns. There's another mana burn onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain's already used that Potion of Greater Mana, more Spirit Link being cast as the Raiders are going to town across all of these Druids of the Talon here. There goes another mana burn across as well as the units are trying to head back. Scroll of Speed trying to head back here as it looks as though one peon, an Ancient of War, going to be blocking that position here. Meanwhile, the units are now charging on in. Keeper of the Grove unable to get an entangle. Demon Hunter is at level 3. Goblin Tinker is at level 1, not getting any experience from canceled Watchtowers as the units now retreat back. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 2 really wants a little bit more experience to get to level 3. Are we gonna... Oh, there's a Cyclone, but the Raiders are there to try and support. Samuro, the Samurai, gonna back up here, and that Blade Master with 3 Claws of Attack +5. Demon Hunter playing the invisible peekaboo game as well, just for that mana burn. All right, finishing off that one peon would have given level 3. There's a mana burn onto that Tauren Chieftain as well, as the Demon Hunter trying to, get a little bit of separation. Burrows, fortified armor, greatly reducing the amount of damage that the Druids of the Talon unable to push onto a tier 2 orc nearly as much, and cutting the damage that the Druids of the Talon do in a fraction, 1/4 of what they would do before. Instead of 200 point or 100% bonus damage, 50% damage reduction overall. All right, Blade Master, Druids of the Talon, gonna get ready to fight. All right, there's some more disenchants as well. Keeper of the Grove is already holding the line here. Druids of the Talon trying to back away. There goes a couple of ensnares, and it's the hit and run tactics over and over that are causing problems, as the Druid or the Tauren Chieftain, he may end up being in a little bit of trouble. All right, where is all of this teleportation going? Heading back down to the south. Goblin Tinker is already back down here, and the Tinker is just doing a great job trying to make sure that expansions are not getting set up. All right, we're looking at a possible repair on this tower. Tower already down to 75 hit points, dropping very, very quickly. Level 3 now on that Keeper of the Grove. Gonna add in a little bit of damage. Is there a Staff of Preservation? No Staff of Preservation. Goblin Tinker can throw a Pocket Factory. What is it doing? It takes a Windwalk Strike, gets taken down. Blade Master gets up to level 3 as a detonation shows up as well. All right, it looked like that detonation actually removed the entangle on the Blade Master. Not quite sure what that is about here, as one Watchtower is properly set up here. Meanwhile, off to the north, Spirit Walker getting surrounded. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3. We're looking at level 3. Tauren Chieftain, however, is almost level 4, going up against a level 3, and a, soon to be resurrected level 1 Goblin Tinker. Mana burn onto the Blade Master. Oh, the little bit of damage. There's that mana burn. Blade Master is going to be using a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Gets the escape. Otherwise, it would have been a surround and death onto that Blade Master right there. Blade Master now buying the Dust of Appearance. And what is it doing? It's just hiding off over there. Not quite sure what's going on here, as more Trents are going to be joining in on the battle. All right, there goes an Entangle, finishing off that peon, or should finish off this peon here. Blade Master looking to retreat all the way back. Foggy, if he had followed up against Lin Guagua, could have taken down that Blade Master there with no problem. All right, Goblin Tinker bringing on the Building Destruction. Peon down to 7 hit points. One more shot takes it out, as we're looking at, still a level 1 Goblin Tinker, and now a level 4 Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain, level 2 Shockwaves. Mana burns need to be coming across. Is it going to be able to get the mana burn? Yes, it should be able to get the mana burn. There's that mana burn. There's a Cyclone, and it looks what was taken out there. Keeper of the Grove taken out very, very quickly, as the units are now trying to retreat back. 46 supply compared to 40. Foggy is in a bit of trouble trying to retreat here. Raiders are all retreating as well. Blade Master, getting in plenty of mana burn, trying to shut down multiple units. It was the Clockwork Goblin stealing damage back to the Blade Master. Blade Master finding a Claws of Attack +12. now at plus 29 damage. Incredibly high damage here as the Keeper of the Grove now joins back out onto the battlefield. Staff of Preservation, Blade Master, where is that going? There goes a Raider there. Blade Master, well, has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability once more, but the real story right now is that Blade Master essentially is critical striking every attack. And when it really wants to deal more damage for that critical strike, once it gets to the level 4, those Druids of the Talon may get sliced and diced up faster than you could believe. All right, getting in a little bit of damage there, trying to disrupt some of the healing. There is some there was some fairy fire for scouting purposes as we're looking at the Keeper of the Grove now ready to join back in on the battlefield. All right, Demon Hunter with so many survivability items, not quite sure what to make of this. Meanwhile, the units are now trying to back away, and are they going to actually end up getting forced here? This is maybe a miscalculation by Foggy, trying to clear out this Ogre Magi creep camp while his opponent is right there. There's the Blade Master. Blade Master now going to be forced to, get cycloned up as we're looking at an item pickup here. Who picked it up? Goblin Tinker picking up a Healthstone, and he has a little bit more gas in the tank for the upcoming fights. Blade Master, oddly enough, there was no reveal or fairy fire here. Keeper of the Grove, what is going on here? Blade Master is going to try and finish things off. Level 2 now on the Goblin Tinker. Demon Hunter now going to go ahead and Scroll of Town Portal back out as we are looking at the Keeper of the Grove trying to hold things steady. Are we going to see an Entangle? There we go. There goes an Entangle. There's going to be a quick Disenchant as well. Raider being able to retreat back down to 244 hit points, taking a little bit of damage over time. Double Scrolls of Healing on the Tauren Chieftain, and two different strategies. The Tauren Chieftain opting to use Scrolls of Healing to bolster the effect of the Spirit Walker's Spirit Link. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter having Scrolls of Healing to just try and counteract that level 2, soon to be level 3 Shockwave along that back line. All right, Foggy is about to push on through here in just a moment. Both sides still staying at one base play, and the gold mines only have 4 minutes of mining left. It may come down to hero positioning, as any good fight should. Zoning, terrain, all of those things there, as the Goblin Tinker are going to move forward and engage here, trying to take down that Voodoo Lounge. Always important to remove the easy home field advantage from the Orc player. This Voodoo Lounge right here, Fairy Dragons being thrown in as well. Mana Flare going to be incredibly effective against those Spirit Walkers, as well as we're looking at more damage getting added in. All right, Peons not trying to make their way through. Tinker could throw down a Clockwork Goblin. Is not, the Pocket Factory. The Pocket Factory is all the way in the back, not even rallying towards, as we're going to see Goblin Sappers rush on in. All right, Burrow, one Burrow taken down, another Burrow taken down. Goblin Tinker could throw another Pocket Factory here, and it may turn into a base race scenario. All right, base race scenario when your opponent has Raiders, not necessarily the strongest call. Scroll of Town Portal now retreating back here, and there in comes the army triple. Ancients of War, none of them have Nature's Blessing. Yeah, Nature's Blessing definitely needed in this scenario if you are trying to outlast your opponent in a base race. Blade Master of Guagua going after the Ogre Lord here. A little bit of a risky maneuver. Raider's not going to be able to pull it back, and there should be plenty. No, Foggy is going to be able to make its way down here. The timing is going to be absolutely key. Ogre Lord is going to end up getting ensnared, taking down Medallion of Courage, Strength, and Intelligence onto that Tauren Chieftain. Exactly what the Doctor ordered. That Tauren Chieftain with also plus 13 damage, plus 7 Intelligence, now with 375 mana as well. That is going to be a big deal. Blade Master going to find and take down a Druid of a Talon, getting up to level 4. Blade Master still with plus 27 damage, and that damage is just getting so incredibly high. Keeper of the Grove, trying to bring up the rear here. Are we going to perhaps see a couple of Mana Flares? That is the question. 52 supply. Units are trying to make their way back off to the north. A couple of units trying to retreat back. Are they going to be able to do that at all? That is the question. Just trying to run back. An Ensnare going to go down, but there was a quick Druid of the Talon swap right there as the Blade Master, Druid of the Talon. All the units are going to retreat back here. All right, no longer any fortified armor. Trying to take down the Ancient of Wonders. That should be pretty easy though, as we're looking at the Keeper of the Grove trying to hold the fort here. Keeper of the Grove now in trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability should quickly be used. Going to try and engage. Mana Flare along the backside here. Keeper of the Grove going to fight, and the Tree of Eternity Foggy is engaging. All right, a lot of low hit point raiders. What is going on there? Ancients of Wind are also picking themselves up and attacking back, as we could be looking at a couple of repairs. There's a shockwave ripping through all of those peons, or all of those wisps there. Cyclone now ripping through. Are we going to perhaps be getting a torrent, a mana burn? And that is the question. Torrent Chieftain has plenty of mana. There goes another shockwave through, taking down all of the wisps of Foggy. Foggy is down to 4 workers after that attack. Shockwave sending ripples through Foggy's economy. On the bottom left, there is only, 90 or 82 seconds worth of mining. Foggy slowly mining as well, also getting some repair on this Tree of Eternity. As we know, well, Night Elves have the added benefit of being able to move their Tree of Eternity off to the other side of the map and then start mining once again. Staff of Preservation, however, will not be nearly as effective. Meanwhile, are we looking at a tiny Great Hall? No, we are not even at Fortress, as we're looking at Raiders now join in on the battle here. All right, Blademaster able to find a hidden wisp there, giving level 5 to the Torrent Chieftain, and level 3 Shockwave may tip things in favor of Lin Guagua. Overall supply relatively the same. If you look at only the army sizes, units are now trying to retreat back here. Raiders, we are just trying to divide and conquer, perhaps trying to get a couple of easy units in transit. Keeper of the Grove sitting only at level 3 here. Goblin Tinker at 2, Demon Hunter sitting at 3. It's the Torrent Chieftain and the Blade Master who are just running so incredibly hot with level 5 and level 4. All right, no reveal whatsoever. Meanwhile, a couple of Trents, seeing that they're trying to establish up an expansion here. There in comes the Goblin Tinker. Are we going to see a Pocket Factory? Yes, we are. And this expansion going to get shut down before it even really gets, before it ever gets up and running. Tinker now down, taking quite a bit of damage. 2 slices from that Blade Master, not even a critical strike amongst them, and it was down to, below 500 hit points. Healthstone, however, able to overcome a bit of that. Tinker looking to regenerate a bit more hit points. Demon Hunter, yep, Bat Riders able to take down the Fairy Dragons pretty quickly. 46 supply now compared to 41, and there is a gold discrepancy. Foggy is unable to mine any additional gold right now, and it's going to be up to Lin Guagua to see how he holds this next attack. Demon Hunter sitting at 3, Goblin Tinker sitting at 2, Keeper of the Grove sitting at 3. Little bit more for level 4. Demon Hunter now has level 2 evasion. Is that enough to really give enough of an advantage for Foggy, or does Lin Guagua just have too much in the tank? Trents causing a bit of problems as well. And, the Trents are trying to make sure that there is no long-distance mining anywhere. Goblin Tinker sitting only at level 2 here, and now finally clearing out some more of these easier green and orange creep camps, as we are looking at the Ancients now joining in on the battle. If Foggy can establish up an expansion somewhere, that would be a big deal, as the Blade Master, the Blade Master, is he going to spot the Ancient of War? The Ancient of War. Meanwhile, an attack down the center here. Keeper of the Grove, Demon Hunter going to go ahead and engage. There's a Cyclone picking up all of those units. There's some disenchants, as the Keeper of the Grove is already in a bit of trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, Scroll of Healing could also be used as well. Keeper of the Grove trying to back away, should be using the Scroll of Healing now. There it goes, as the Demon Hunter continuing to fight its way through. All right, more Cyclone peons joining in. The Demon Hunter down to 600 hit points, in a lot of trouble. No Scroll of Town Portal, no more survivability items there, as the Demon Hunter trying to retreat back. Scroll of Town Portal could get transferred in here. What is going on? Why aren't you going to transfer it? And is it going to get transferred in time? Yes, it does. But the Keeper of the Grove could now be in trouble. Down to 105 hit points, 107. Windwalk Strike finishes it off during that last bout. All right, that's exactly what you didn't want to happen. Foggy was trying to stay too long in that fight. By not transferring the Scroll of Town Portal early enough, he ended up suffering a lot more damage. and putting in, exposing his own units. We're now looking at the Demon Hunter back here out on the battlefield. Level 3 now on the Goblin Tinker. Blade Master coming to town here. 70 damage Windwalk strikes as the Peons are looking to finish off the Ancient of Wind. Peons are with those pickaxes going to finally take down that tree. There it goes as the Tauren Chieftain is now back down onto the ground. All right, Demon Hunter going to get, well, ensnared once more. More damage getting added back in again as the, well, Tauren Chieftain is always just left up in the air. 32 supply compared to 37 as the Pocket Factory is going to get taken out here. Demon Hunter continuing to fight once more as more mana burn being used. As again, Tauren Chieftain still trying to make its way back over as the Raiders and the Spirit Walkers coming in from behind. Goblin Tinker from the back here, well, is going to perhaps place down more Pocket Factories, causing more problems. The more Peons. Oh, there was a Tome of Retraining, and now it is a rocket. No, not a Tome of Retraining, just a quick stun across all of those Peons there as the Blade Master gets to level 5 as well. All right, 22 supply compared to 36. Army size 18 to 25. Ancients of War making their way over the Tree of Eternity, about to entangle up this gold mine. Peons are over here. Demon Hunter could try to get a little bit of damage, take down, and get a little bit of experience as well, trying to finish off and, well, just trying to even up the supply advantage. Every peon matters. It is hit points that can be absorbed with Spirit Link as you now retreat back again. All right, Ancients of War joining in on the battle. The Ancients of War represent, well, a lot of tanking damage as the Blade Master going to get cycloned right there. Raiders going to go straight after those Druids of the Talon. Mana Burn, Scroll of Speed being used to try and run on by. Another Raider could get taken down. Tree of Eternity is continuing to attack as we're looking at the Peons going in on the battle here. Tree of Eternity down to 1,800 hit points and dropping quickly. More units making their way back over. 20 supply compared to 33. More ensnares going down. Tauren Chieftain constantly out of mana. Blade Master, well, constantly up in the air as the Demon Hunter looking to just try and finish down a couple of those Raiders who are just doing hit and run tactics pretty much everywhere. Peons getting the units around onto the Druid of the Talon. Blade Masters, rockets stunning around the Tinker, but the Tinker going to end up getting taken down, giving level 6 to the Tauren Chieftain. Level 6 Tauren Chieftain. Blade Master able to escape at 92 hit points. Tauren Chieftain now at level 6. Even if you knock him down, he's just going to get back up again. And it is an absolute swarm of a game. 17 supply compared to 22. I don't remember ever seeing a late game battle like this that I enjoyed so much as we're looking at the Tauren Chieftain. Well, where is it going to go? All right, the trees are just constantly fighting back here. A Demon Hunter resurrected, able to drink back more. Keeper of the Grove now getting resurrected as well. We are trying to train up more Wisps here as the Spirit Walker trying to get away. This game is not over. We're even on supply as the Keeper of the Grove is getting resurrected. Tauren Chieftain, well, it doesn't matter nearly as much as the Demon Hunter now going to find a couple of Peons here. Is the Demon Hunter going to be able to perhaps start inching its way to level 5 or level 3 mana burn? Reincarnation was in fact used. Reincarnation was in fact used. Tauren Chieftain purposely kills himself to try and get a little bit more mana and hit points. Shockwave is going to be a very big deal here. Foggy bringing the forest amongst the trees in order to fight back here as we're looking at quite a bit of an engagement. Shockwave ripping on through. Blade Master could be in trouble. Keeper of the Grove has it joining back in. Blade Master down to 70 hit points is going to be able to retreat back. There is a mana burn again. Spirit Walkers, more damage coming back across. Ancient Wonders trying to get added in. Demon Hunter trying to find a proper way to escape. Is going to be able to do that. No, it is not, as the Tauren Chieftain is running amongst all of those units. And there's the GG by Guagua. Guagua gives the final GG here. Keeper of the Grove was near resurrection. The mining was still happening and taking place. Night Elf wins just because his economy is running. And yes, Foggy takes out Guagua, winning an uphill battle, finishing off, well, not even finishing off the Tauren Chieftain, but able to put enough pressure onto the Blade Master, who was down to 56 hit points, and one hero alone, a level 6 Tauren Chieftain, could not clear all of these trees to actually finish it off. Tauren Chieftain also low on mana because of the Demon Hunter's mana burn, and as soon as that Tauren Chieftain is out of mana, the Wisps can freely repair these buildings. There's enough resources to do exactly that, and the trees were just dealing that much damage. Wisp feels like Orc can still win by letting the Wisp repair and not mine. Well, yeah, but the Wisp would never die, right? 400 gold. And remember, these are ancients. They can also eat trees to regenerate hit points. That's just an uphill battle. And the Keeper of the Grove is about to come back online. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.